Alright, so it is time to do a long layered haircut. So the very first thing we're going to do is establish the outline and the new length for this haircut. So you can see I've got a center section down the middle of the back with two A-line sections clipped away, and the section that is hanging down is the very first section that I'm cutting, which begins to be the outline and new length for the rest of the haircut. Now, when I use the term, and when most people use the term in the hair industry, long layers is basically layers that are long relative to the length. I've heard people say those aren't long layers, they're short layers. Well, relative to the length, they're long layers. The hair length may not be long, but the layers relative to that length is long. So a lot of people have this misconception on what long layers are. They think that long layers need to be super long, but they are long relative to the length. So if the outline's not long, then the long layers are going to be long based off of what the outline is. So hopefully that makes sense. I just wanted to clarify because I've had some people ask, what basically entails long layers? Well, long layers are layers that are long relative to the length. Now, long hair, typically in the hair industry, is hair that's related to being below the shoulder. Above the shoulder is not really long hair anymore. Now, there's obviously different lengths of long hair. So you could have long hair just below the shoulder. You could have long hair that's down to your knees, down to your waist, whatever it may be. There's different lengths of long. So it's all relative. So in this particular case, I just wanted to clarify that. For those people who have asked, what is long layers? So there you go. Long layers are layers that are long relative to the length of the hair. So again, I'm back to establishing the length of this hair. And you can see I'm taking sections now on the right side. I just got done on the left side. Sectioning away, combing that hair down, and using the underneath as my guide to know how short to cut this length. So you can see we're taking a couple inches, few inches off of the hair, bringing the hair up. The hair was really long, which made the hair heavy. And so by lightening it up, by taking up the length and then doing the layers, it's going to be a lot lighter. So again, it all depends on what it is that you're looking for, fullness, body, or length. Keep in mind, the longer your hair is, the flatter your hair is going to be, because you have more hair, and more hair is heavier hair. And due to gravity, the hair will hang down and flat. So oftentimes I'll have clients that say, hey, listen, my hair is so flat on top, I would like full hair, but I don't want to cut any of the length. Well, we can then layer the hair, which will lighten it up a bit, but if your hair is super long, let's say down to your waist, and you do long layers relative to the length of that hair, it's still really long, which is still going to be really heavy. And so even though you go through and layer that hair, due to the fact of how long it is, you might not get the volume you're looking for. So keep that in mind. The more hair you have, the heavier it is, and due to gravity, it just will hang flat. So you may need to get rid of some of the length and do some long layers relative to that new length, and that's how you're going to get the body back. That's how you're going to get the volume that you're wanting back. So as you can see, I'm wrapping up the outline on this haircut. I took A-line sections, working my way up, combing that hair down, and basically using the previous section as my guide. So now it is time to cut the frame to face layers. And the reason I like to do frame to face layers is because it adds volume to the front. So that hair, you can see how long it is. It's well past her shoulders. And that hair is going to be long and heavy, which is going to make the hair around her face lay flatter. So by cutting frame to face layers, which you can see right now I'm doing, it's going to lighten up that front, so she's going to be able to get a lot more body around the front of the haircut. Now, most people, when they want body, they typically want it around their face. They don't really mind if the back is flatter, but what they don't want is their hair to hang flat against their skin, against their face, right? They want the body around their face. So that's why we go through and do the frame to face layering. Okay, well, now that the frame to face layering is done, it is time to do the layering in the back. And you can see I've taken a center section, I'm combing that hair straight back, and basically you can see I am cutting the guide for the rest of the layers. This is, again, the long layers that we're talking about. By just going through, you can see right here, and removing that big corner, that corner is going to lighten up the interior so much more so that the hair is going to be a lot lighter and a lot more full. Alright, so I'm going to continue cutting the layers on the left side, then we will do the layers on the right side. But again, I just wanted to clear up exactly what I mean when I'm talking about long layers being long relative to the length. Alright, so now that I've completed cutting the layers on the left side, you can see I'm now doing the layers on the right side. And so I'm going to work my way around, taking sections, over-directing to the previous section so that I can basically know exactly how short or how long to cut each current section. Now, keep in mind my model has thick, healthy hair, right? Like really thick hair, the heaviest kind of hair that's out there. So if we didn't cut these layers, the hair would be a lot heavier and a lot flatter. Now, everybody has thick, and not everybody has healthy hair. Some people have finer hair, thinner hair, and if that's the case, you might not even need to do layers if you want body and volume. But if you've got thick, healthy hair like my model, and you want volume, then layering is definitely the way to go. So, I'm wrapping up the layers on the right side, and once we've completed, we'll go ahead and dry the hair and wrap the haircut up. Alright, so the hair's all dry. We have completed the haircut. You can see the lightness right there by adding those layers. Again, keep in mind, my model has thick, healthy hair, the heaviest kind of hair that's out there. But you can see by framing the face with the layers, doing the interior layer, it just adds a lot more volume, lightness, and fullness to my model's hair. So, again, if you've got heavy hair, you're thinking about how to basically fix that concern, consider some long layers throughout your hair. Alright, so if you have any questions or comments, don't forget to put them down in the comment section below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more hair tutorials coming your way. And I want to thank you guys so very much again for watching.